Hi everybody. Today I'm going to be doing spaghetti and meatballs. I wanted to show you that this is a frozen block of spaghetti sauce that we did not use up last time. You can kind of see it's still frozen. So I'll also be adding some more stuff to this because there's obviously not enough. It's mostly just meat and a little bit of sauce. I make my own spaghetti sauce. I don't believe in prepackaged, but waste not, want not. So if I could put it in the freezer, I will. God, focus on this thing is terrible. What the hell? There we go. Haha. So I'm going to show you how I make my meatballs. I'm going to show you what else I'm going to put in the spaghetti sauce. I'll list what I already have in it. And these are little clips that I'm doing and then pushing them all together, so it will seem a little disjointed. I apologize. I don't really know how to edit quite yet. So, yeah. Okay. Alright, the first thing I want to start with is, you know those little ends of your bread? Nobody really likes to eat those, and the ones that do are weird. You're weird. You like to eat the ends, you're weird. So I always save them for my husband's sandwiches and stuff, and that makes it perfect for meatballs. So what you want to do is you get your bowl, place them in said bowl, and start because they're so thin to begin with, you can pretty much just break them apart as you will. I try to get them as small as possible. Letting them become stale a few days is also a good idea when you're making like meatloaf or anything that really needs breadcrumbs. Otherwise, you're going to get huge chunks. You can also put this in your processor. But the wetter, the wetter your bread is, like the fresher your bread is, the more it's going to kind of clump up instead of break apart. So these are on the verge of being stale. I should have given it thinking it like one more day or something like that, but I didn't. I'll show you here in just a second what we're working with. I've also used crackers in this recipe. Saltines work well. Half a pack of saltines, crush them up real good. I do not, and I repeat, do not wet with milk, water, whatever. I do not wet my bread mixture. That's grody. Gross. You're free to do so if that's what you grew up on. I do not like mushy bread mixture, whatever. So, you know, if you hear a dog whining, that's one of them I've got in the bathroom because she does not like to stay out of the kitchen as long as mommy's in the kitchen. So, I've noticed that some of my videos I'm not talking loud enough, or I don't think I'm talking loud enough. So if I'm yelling in this one, sorry. It's not my intention. I'm almost done with this bread, and then I can show you what we're working with. So 2 pieces should be more than enough. I'm not really allowed a whole lot of bread, and I don't intend to be eating 90% of these meatballs anyway, because these are my husband's favorite. So let me just show you what I've got. Try your best to break them up. I will finish breaking these up when I'm off camera. I don't want to make these clips way too long because then you're going to have like a 30-minute video. So this is about, if you can't do any better than these big pieces, then sure. You're going to ask me why I have gloves on. I don't like raw meat underneath my nails. I don't like it in my hand. I always clean with gloves on. I always make my food. If I'm touching any kind of raw meat with gloves on, it's just safer for me, safer for my husband, and it's gross, dude. So that's about as good as I care to get. I'll show you what else. Alright, you are going to see garlic. That is 2 to 3 tablespoons of garlic, 1 egg, about a teaspoon of Montreal steak seasoning, a teaspoon of sriracha, a 1/4 teaspoon of chipotle. I like a little bit of spice. Okay, so I'm going to show you the meat before I put it in. I buy mild Italian sausage so I don't have to break it out of the rolls. So that's what I put in there. And then I have, hold on, it'll be easier if I do it this way. This is 80-20. This is 93-7. I will mix the sausage with these two to form my balls. I will put them in here and I will show you what it looks like after it has been mixed. Okay, I wanted to show you. You gotta get your hands dirty. That's the best way to mix it, in my opinion. You know, you could try a spoon if you'd like. It comes out to about that consistency. Will easily come into a ball. But Nirvana, that sausage has so much fat in it, and 80-20 has so much fat in it. How can you eat that? Because I'm gonna have like 3 balls, if that. And I don't eat pasta, so it's just the meat sauce. So I'm gonna start frying these up, and by frying them up, I mean just putting them in a non-stick skillet, no oil, nothing else. They'll provide their own, and browning them on the sides and putting them into the spaghetti cells. So as you can see, they're in the pan doing their frying. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can get 12 in a pan. You can probably crown a little more. I am not exact on how big I make them. You can see they're all fairly decently big. I'm doing this one-handed because I had to change gloves for one hand so I could actually touch my iPad Air. So, let me give you a look on the sauce again. I added, remember the chicken slop I made a couple weeks ago, last week? And I had that leftover tomato sauce. All I did was add that to what was already here. I'm going to taste that once it starts getting warm, and I'll tell you what else I'm going to put in it. Alright, I have flipped them once. And as you can see, they're already doing their thing. I still have a ridiculous amount of meat left. This will be enough for at least 3, maybe 3.5 of these pans. And as soon as this side is brown, I'm going to put them in my spaghetti sauce. I will show you what it looks like after they're all into said spaghetti sauce. Okay, so all of my meatballs are sitting in my sauce. I have my sauce sitting on 4. Well, 3.5 right now, actually. 3.5. Wanted to show you there will be some grease left in your pan. Don't put that in your sauce. Don't do that. Like, you don't need anything added. So that is my sauce. I'm going to show you what I put in my sauce right now. My sauce would consist of 1 to 2 cans of Hunt's tomato sauce, 1 of the zesty thick spaghetti sauce mixes, 2 kinds of garlic, regular garlic and then garlic powder. I usually, as much as you want. And then I add a half an onion I cut up. Usually an entire package of white mushrooms and Montreal seasoning, Himalayan pink sea salt if it needs it, and if I don't put regular onions in there, I put the minced. So that is all that goes in my sauce, and bay leaf. I put 2 bay leaves in it, and that is good enough for us. We love it. It tastes really good. Sometimes you might have to add a little sugar depending on how acidic it is. Maybe a 1/4 teaspoon if it's like super like ugh. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll post a picture of Matthew's plate once he gets home. This is going to cook for about an hour on 3. Just let it simmer away, walk away, you know, come back every once in a while, stir it. Those meatballs are not done, so you only want to brown the sides of them and then put them in to finish cooking inside the sauce so they can absorb them. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks.